Alright, hey guys, this is Jeremiah again, back for another episode on the Portalers channel of Jay's Garage. And today we are working on Kiri's my friend.
You're working on me, okay.
His Blazer, it's a 1996 Chevrolet Blazer 4x4. And so basically he's been having a couple problems with it. One, we went to start it today and found out his battery was dead. So I had to drive over with my Dodge truck and jump start his truck, or his Blazer, and then we got it running, and I had to go get another battery for a different car that I'm working on, so on and so on. Well, we got the car parked in here, got these nice ramps now in my shop, and this is my shop.
He may actually have a project car in the works.
Yes, I may have a project car coming to the channel, so we'll see if everything works out on that. So today we are going to be, so his battery needs to be charged, and we're just going to take it down to the auto parts store and have him charge it for us. And then he has a starter problem. So when a few times he was going to crank over the starter and just gets nothing from the starter, or gets some kind of grinding, clicking noise and everything. And so I assume that it's probably the Bendix and the starter is went out on him, and so we're going to be doing that today. So let's go ahead and get on it. Okay, so the tools you'll need are a 7/8 for if you choose to, 7/8 end wrench if you choose to take off the O2 sensor, a extension, that's 3/8 drive extension with a 9/16 socket, a 5/16 end wrench, a 1/2 inch end wrench, 7/8 or 7/16, excuse me, end wrench, a 12 millimeter end wrench, and a 1/2 inch drive, or 1/2 inch 3/8 drive short socket, and a 1/2 inch drive 9/16 to break the bolts loose. That's what I used. Alright, so first thing we're going to do here is we got to undo the battery for Kiri. We just bought this battery, what, a year ago or so? About a year ago at this time. So we got to undo this battery here. I'm going to undo the negative first, and then the positive, just for safety reasons.
What was that?
The neighbors have cows. It's always interesting. So I used an 8 millimeter to take these Chevy Blazer bolts off here. I'm not sure if it's actually 8 millimeter, but 8 millimeter worked. So then we got one more bolt. It's down there. I believe it's a 13 millimeter. We're gonna have to take that off as well. It holds down the battery, so it's secured to the body. I said it was 13 millimeter. Let's see if my guess is right. Yes, it is. 13 millimeter. I'll take off this bolt. Wow, it's a long one.
bolt is rebelling?
No, it's just a long bolt. Wow. Crazy. Here's the bolt fell.
Underneath?
Underneath, but it hit the gravel, so that's good. I don't like the sound where it goes ting and then it doesn't hit the gravel. It's never a good sign to me. Because then you're looking in the engine bay. I don't like doing that.
Sounds like a weird Pokemon move. Bolt used jam. It was super effective.
Alright, so I'm going to set parts right there. Let's look for this. Put the gravel right here. Good, right there. Okay, so we got our parts right here. Alright, so now we're going to take the battery out of here. A little bit of rust, but that's okay.
Just a little.
These battery trays are easy to replace. You ever have to replace one?
This one shouldn't be replaced. I don't want to replace
Yeah,
this one right now.
it's okay. It's not rusted nearly that much at all. Okay, so we'll cut here. We got to go to the auto parts store and have this battery charged, and then so we're going to cut here, and we'll be back. And that we'll be back replacing the starter. So we are back, and we've got Kiri's starter right here. I'm going to turn this away so Kiri can do the unboxing on his new starter for his 96 Blazer.
So, bought this for $106 for core charge, which I'm not going to bother with because it's not going to matter because this is going to get returned. Everything's going to get returned. It's actually not half bad looking.
So this is a reman. So it's been used and rebuilt at one time.
It's a remanufacture.
Yeah. Pretty nice starter from O'Reilly's, right?
Yep.
So let's go ahead and get on into installing it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and locate the starter on this 96 Blazer. So what you want to do is you want to get under the car, and on the passenger's side here, you're gonna find your starter right there. And so I've already loosened the bolts, but they are 9/16. There's two of them right there, and so that'll drop our starter down. This is on the passenger side, right by the oil cover. Okay, so I'm back, and I've taken the bolts, the two bolts out of the starter. One's right here. The other one's there. And then I've just slipped it back, and should just come out really easy, and just pulled it out. And so now it's hanging there just by the wires. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo those wires. Be back. Alrighty, so I'm back, and I found that it was easier to take out the O2 sensor. You just unplug that plug right there, undo the O2 sensor, and then I got the starter out, and with a little bit of wiggling and undoing the cable there, and there's another cable right there that I undid. With a little bit of wiggling, the starter just came right out, right through that hole right there. So, and this is the starter housing. So let's do a comparison here. So this is the old starter, and this is Kiri's new starter right there. So yeah, a lot cleaner. So let's compare Kiri's starter here. This is Kiri's old one that we took out of the car. This is his new one that he bought. Big difference. So let's go ahead and get this new starter in. Okay guys, so we are back here and we've got the starter in, wires hooked up, everything torqued down to spec. And so this job basically took me, what would you say? What would you say, Kiri, an hour?
It's more than an hour.
Probably an hour and a half to do. The wires are just kind of fighting me, and then I got a socket that was stuck on one of the terminals, so about an hour and a half to do it. And but we've got it in there. His new starter, ground's hooked up, bolts are torqued down, wires are hooked up for the back, and then so I got to put that O2 sensor back in now. So yeah, again, I did take the O2 sensor out just to make it easier to slide that starter out. So maybe a tip or a trick for whoever does this on their car. I'll be back soon. Okay, so that concludes another episode of Jay's Garage. Like I said, we did the starter on Kiri's 1996 Blazer. It was a little bit complicated to get out, but we got it out, we got it done. Shouldn't have any more starting problems for now and for the time being coming. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, or you can subscribe, like, and share, and we'll see you in the next one. We have possibly a project car coming. Haven't bought it yet, but I'm talking to the guy. So it is wrecked. It would be a rebuilder kind of video. So if you're into those, subscribe for new content. See you again. Thanks for watching the Portalers in Jay's Garage. Bye.
Bye.